This video, I want to share something with you that might be difficult to understand, and that's why I'm going to draw a diagram. But once you understand this, then there is no limit to what you can achieve as long as you don't violate the laws of physics. So let's say that you're, whoops, let's say that you're a person and you're over here and you have the intention of making a certain amount of money, and I'm going to represent that by a green, let's say a green idea here. Okay, so it's a dollar sign, and you have the goal of making that amount of money. It doesn't matter how much it is. It could be, 50,000 a year. It could be 100,000. It could be $1 million. It doesn't matter as long as you have this goal in your head. Then automatically, and this is hard for people to understand, but you just have to try it out to see for yourself. It's just that 95% of people don't have a written goal, a financial goal written down, and that's why they don't make money. 95% of the population, that means 19 people out of 20. So if you have 20 friends on Facebook, then only one person will typically have a written goal in her head, and she's going to achieve that goal and become financially free. So it's important to write down your goal, otherwise it's not going to work. So when you have a written goal, what's happening, if we zoom out, is that somewhere in your universe, you're going to, let me just rewrite it so that it's the same size. So you can see that it's the same goal that you have in your head, but it's somewhere in the universe. So this amount of money has your name on it, and all you have to do is bridge the gap in time and space for you to achieve that goal, for you to get that money. That money, I don't know, it could be 50,000, it could be 100,000, it could be $1 million. It doesn't matter, because as soon as you have this goal in your head, automatically it is there somewhere in the universe, and you just have to take inspired actions to get to that goal. Okay, now imagine that instead of having that small goal, let's say you're a different person, or you could be the same person, but you've changed your belief, and now let me just erase this one. And now your goal is much bigger. Okay, then automatically the goal over here is will correspond to that will correspond to that bigger goal. It's automatic. Now the reason why it works like that, the reason why whatever you can envision and conceive and believe that you can achieve, automatically it's out there in the universe. And this is might be a shock to you if this is the first time you come across this metaphysical concept, but I want you to prepare for this. It might be a psychological shock. Okay, so you might think that you are currently this person who has a goal, and you have to take action in order to get to this state of financial affair, but you are not this person. And so you have to prepare for this. Okay, this person that we see is not you. It is a character. It is fiction in your head. So in fact, here's the person that you are. Let me just reduce this. Here's the person that you are. This is who you are. Okay, I know it's a shock, but this is who you truly are. And therefore, the world, this is the world, right? And this is the money that you could be making in the world. The world is inside of you. So this is the real you. I know it's probably shocking, but this is the real you. The you that you think that you are, the physical personality, is part of the whole you. This is the real you. And therefore, it makes sense. It makes sense that whatever financial goal you're envisioning and believe you can achieve, automatically it appears here. It's like a copy, when you do a copy and paste on your computer. And so on that basis, now that you understand that this is how it works, and whatever financial goal you envision for yourself over here, it automatically exists somewhere else. And the only thing you have to do is cross the chasm, cross the gap between where you are. So this is where you are now, and this is the future. It could be 2026, it could be 2027, but that's the future. But both the present and the future exists right now in the universal now. Because for the real you here, there is no time. So whatever appears here in your head automatically appears somewhere else in the universe. So what does it mean exactly? Let me just erase. It means that if you can envision a financial goal and automatically it is available to you in the physical universe, then why aim for 100K? Why not aim for $1 million? Because like I said, if you envision the financial goal of making $1 million, then automatically somewhere in the universe, there's $1 million with your name on it. Okay? This $1 million in your universe has your name on it. And if you bridge the gap, if you take all the right and inspired actions towards that goal, you will make $1 million. It's not impossible. It's very, very possible. You might make $1 million in 2026 or in 2027. It really depends on your belief system. And so on that basis, once you understand that this is how the universe works, whatever you envision and you believe in and you truly desire with detachment, we're going to talk later on about detachment, you will realize it, whether it's a financial goal, whether it's a spouse, you want the ideal husband, the ideal wife, whether it's a Tesla car, a big house, a mansion, the ability to travel all over the world, a private jet, anything that you can imagine automatically exists in your physical universe, because your physical universe is just a kind of movie, right? So you're like the screenwriter, you're like the movie director, the producer. Your life is just a movie. So if you can imagine it and if you believe in it, and you don't have any belief that will limit your action, that will limit your behavior, then you will achieve that vision. It's really that simple. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. If you have questions and comments, please write them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to help you. But basically, I know it might be a shocker, because you might think that this is you, but this is not you. The person that you are right now, you could be a student, you could be a person who's financially struggling, you could be anyone else. It's just a character that you're playing. The real you is infinite. The real you is over here. And you are currently having a dream. The person that you are right now is just a character in your dream, and you can rewrite that character. If the character that you're currently playing is a person who is sick, who is financially struggling, who is lonely, who is isolated, that's just a character. You can play a new character over here. You can create a new character, and you can have a different life. So this person, this character might be poor, but all you have to do is rewrite your story, rewrite your journey, rewrite your character, and you will become another person who's rich and who has all the love that he or she wants, and who is no longer poor. So you're not restricted to being the character number one. You can become a character number two, but it's really up to you. But don't take my word for it. Just try it for yourself. just identify all the things that you do, all the thoughts that you typically have, all the words that you typically say to to yourself, to your friends, and change those words, change the thoughts that you're having, and change your goals, and you will progressively become a new person. This is probably the most important video that you will ever watch on YouTube, and that's why I recommend that you watch this video again to really understand what is going on, because this is not something that anybody has taught me. My teachers, parents, friends, nobody has taught me this. Well, actually, there's a few spiritual teachers who have taught me this, but to really understand this, you have to try it out for yourself. Like, for example, some people will always complain about being sick, or will always complain about the economy contracting, and they don't have enough money and they can't afford. Well, stop saying those words. Stop saying, I can't afford this, I can't afford that, or stop focusing on your sickness and focus on your future. Focus on visualizing your healthy body. Stop saying, I'm old. A lot of people keep saying, oh, I'm getting old, I'm getting old. I never say that. Why would I say that? Don't say anything negative about yourself, about your life. Don't complain about poverty or being poor or financially struggling. Don't complain about not having enough time. Don't ever say that you're stressed, because you're not stressed. You are stressing yourself. Okay? And so in future videos, I want to share more powerful and uplifting ideas, but I think that people have the wrong belief system. They believe that they're stuck in a certain body. They don't realize that the body that they are quote unquote stuck in, the financial situation that they're quote unquote stuck in, is just a creation of their mind, and they keep choosing that character. They keep playing the character who is financially struggling, who is sick, who is stressed, who doesn't have time, who is too busy. People have to understand that, whoever they are right now, whatever situation they're in right now, they created that character, that situation, those circumstances, and therefore they can recreate a new character. They can recreate a new financial situation. They can recreate everything in their lives from scratch, as long as it doesn't violate the laws of physics. You can do that. And once you understand this extremely powerful metaphysical principle, then there's nothing that you cannot achieve in your life, whether it's money, whether it's love, whether it's friendship, whether it's health. Everything is accessible. You just have to develop your imagination and creativity and clearly envision the ideal person that you want to be, the ideal financial state that you want to be in, the ideal car, the ideal house, the ideal spouse, etc. And you will achieve that ideal life.